Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Super Spy Podcast. Relax. You're safe. The Super Spy is here.
I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way. I've seen all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Greetings, rock stars. I think you could tell from the beginning of this podcast that this is going to be about some music, but not just any music. This is the music that helped me get through, quite every one of my missions. People don't understand the healing properties of music, and today we're going to uncover just a little bit of that. So, grab your favorite beverage and hang out with me for a little bit. Yeah, it is no secret that music is very important to me. From my young days when my sister and I would sit by the radio listening to Casey Kasem's Top 40, and we would try to record some of it on our cassette player. And I'll admit it, we even sang along with many of the songs. Those are some of my favorite memories, and also trying to start up a band with my brother Bob. We called ourselves Group Therapy, and my drums were an empty shoebox. My older brother used to bring home some very interesting music, everything from Return to Forever and Al Di Meola. To Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Those were some of my earlier influences. But one of my greatest influences in music was always the group Yes.
Okay.
Just the start of this incredible journey on Close to the Edge, and it's the preacher, the teacher, Apocalypse. It's just the second, the second track, and it's called "And You and I," and just that music there would just bring me down from my adrenaline high, and it was as if it was almost. I don't want to I don't want people to get the wrong idea about these references that I have. In no way, shape, or form am I saying go out and take drugs, okay? But I am telling you that this was euphoric, and it acted on my body on the times that I needed it. It acted just like morphine would to take away the pain. The anticipation that I had, knowing what was coming next on this song, just was so relaxing. It was like an arms embracing me when I needed it the most. And trust me, the first time, not the first time I heard this, okay, I had grown up listening to this album in particular, but all of the music by Yes and other progressive rock bands. But this song, when I was injured, and I'll get into details later. What the heck, I'll do now. On one of my, I'm going to call them outings, because some people get upset when I say missions. There was a time when I got a little bit too close to an explosion, and it did rattle me a little bit, and I suffered a little bit of a back injury on that one. But as I was there with the medics and they were taking me you know, into a helicopter and then flying me to the medical facility. I was just listening in my mind to this music because I found comfort in it. And a cool thing about it is, you know, a lot of times if you're driving down the road and you're listening to music, especially if you've got it on, you know, a CD player that you have, or you've hooked up your iPhone or whatever you got to the car, to the truck, the Corvette. Um, Hold on a second. There are times, you know, when I'm in that position listening to music, I'm thinking, is there anyone else in the world that is listening to this? And here's the astonishing story. As I was placed in an aircraft to go somewhere safe, and that's all I can say about that. One of the medics on board, I looked at them and they had given me some pain meds, and I said, "Do you have any music I could listen to?" And the guy said, "Yeah, it's going to get loud in here, so here, use these headphones." And lo and behold, when I hit play on this Walkman, this is what I had heard. I heard "And You and I" by Yes. And took away the angst, took away a lot of the pain, and gave me hope. One of the things that this music always did for me was to remind me, hey, you're okay. Wow. And you're going to make it home. And when I would hear this, I don't want to be corny on this. I just want you to understand the power of this kind of music, or any kind of music, but in particular, this was my music. Um, that face of my lovely bride would always pop up. And I just would smile because I knew I was safe. I was listening to some Yes, and I was on my way home.
Stay in the flowers, daily sensing all the things. As a foundation left to create the spiraling, I move and regain and regard it both the same. All complete in the sight of seed of life with you.
Yeah, without a doubt, this music was taking me away. Um, and wow, it was the angelic voice of John Anderson that brought all this together. His voice is truly an instrument. But bassist Chris Squire, rest in peace, brother. He was just the driving force behind the attack that this song had, and the along with the drummer Bill Bruford. But it was Rick Wakeman on keyboards, and one of my all-time heroes, Steve Howe, on guitars, that brought this music to its almost pharmaceutical point in my life. And it was that important to me. It was that soothing to me. And And I want you to understand, and this is for most of the military guys that are out there. They really do have they have and they continue to go through hell out there, and it's always good that we have this kind of music, this kind of soothing music to relax us. Other people relax on different things. Okay, one of the guys I worked with would always listen to the B-52s before going out on mission, but this was what I preferred. And this is I'm speechless. And I listen to this, and emotions dwell up inside of me. And but it's something I wanted to share with you. One of the greatest moments I had post-military, but pre a recall for a final mission, was when my son had knee surgery, and he was laying there on the couch one day, and he said, he was truly uncomfortable. I'm not going to say in agony because I've seen him in agony, but he was truly uncomfortable, and he said, "Pops, this ain't working." He had just taken whatever pain reliever that they had prescribed, and I said, "You know what, bud? Let's try this." And I put music on his ears. You know, I had headphones for a CD player, I believe it was. It may have even been a cassette. I don't know. And I'll never forget, he just laid there, and all of a sudden he opens his eyes and he says,
"Hey, Dad, it works."
So I was like, okay, bud. I didn't know where that came from, but yeah, you keep enjoying that. And it was also a way for him to understand. I'm afraid of medication. I truly am. And so I try to take as little of it as possible. It helped him to understand he could find this kind of relief in something as natural, if you will, or supernatural. You know what? I'm going to call this supernatural. Something as supernatural as the progressive rock group Yes. And I also turned him on to some Pink Floyd, so you know he had a lot of good stuff to choose. Clearly, this is a much better alternative than to pharmaceuticals. And I appreciate that kind of music. And in the days and weeks to come, you're going to hear a little bit more about music and my missions and the importance of music. We're even going to we're going to go back in time to some exposés, if you will, of music that you probably haven't heard in a long time, and for some of you, you'd never heard at all. So stick with the Super Spy. I'm going to take you on a journey, and I hope you enjoy it. But for now, the Super Spy is out.
If you want to know more about the Super Spy and his adventures, I offer you a trip to Amazon.com, where you could purchase The Life and Times of Biff Baxter. See you there.
of the morning.